Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So on a previous video, somebody asked, because I did mention that besides trading, I'm also a web developer and a graphic designer. I basically moved from working for somebody to actually running my own business, if you may. So somebody was asking, do I think it's still worth it to learn graphic designing in, say, 2022 going on forwards? So, in this video, I'm just going to give my opinion. This is my opinion. Feel free to disagree with me, to agree with me. I would want to hear your thoughts. Is it still viable? Is it still worth it to learn graphic designing as a career? I'm talking about somebody looking to do this as a career in 2022 going forwards. So, my opinion on this matter is basically a yes and a no. A yes and a no. That's basically my take on this question. So I'll start with the no. Why I wouldn't advise somebody to go and learn graphic designing. Yes, let's consider that graphic designing still has a space in industry. Like, look at everything around you, the products in your kitchen, the products in the shops, everything that you are interacting with. Look at my screen right now, the thumbnail that I have for one of my videos. This is just the product of graphic designing. You might say maybe it's not a pretty thumbnail. Well, I'm basically testing thumbnails that work and that don't work with my channel. That's why you have seen I'm constantly changing the thumbnails on the channel. But that's something else for another day. So graphic designing is still here. It still has a future. But is it still worth learning? The no part is what I'm explaining. You'll find that it probably also depends with the kind of graphic designing that you do, as well as where you are actually doing it and the people that you are selling your services to. Let's face it, technology is basically like freed up some of these services. So people now know you can go to their Google App Store, they can go to their Apple Store, they can go online. There are apps, several free applications that they can download onto their phones, or they can go to a free website and they can basically create a logo there for free. Let's face it, they so they don't need a graphic designer for that. If they can go there and design something for themselves for free. Let's talk about Canva. Canva, you can go there and you can basically come up with a flyer. You can come up with a thumbnail, a YouTube thumbnail. You can come up with a lot of things that you can do for free on Canva. So many people in that sense, they've got no reason for coming to you. So if you are looking to make a whole lot of cash in graphic designing, I think in 2022 going forwards, you really need to be a good graphic designer in order to have people coming to you. We'll talk about the yes, why you should learn graphic designing as we progress with the video. But then you also have a platform like Fiverr, Upwork, and things like that. You go on Fiverr today, you find that people selling graphic designing services, maybe for a logo, maybe for a business card or something else, even for $5. $5. And you are out here and you've learned this skill and you want to charge a person, let's say minimum $50 or $100 for a logo. It really doesn't tally with some people. For some people, then why must they come to you? Then they just go to Fiverr and find somebody there. Or if they don't even have the $5, if they don't want to spend the $5, they just go and download a free application from Apple Store, from Google Play Store, or they can go online and they can simply make the logo themselves for free. Now, it doesn't mean that graphic designing is dead. For example, like I said, everything surrounding you in your kitchen, there are products that are in your kitchen, there are products that probably are on your desktop. You are watching YouTube, you are watching Netflix, and there are all those images, thumbnails that are making you to click those videos and watch them and stuff like that. All that is still products of graphic designing. So yes, it's still a viable skill to learn, in my opinion. Again, if you really want to make a lot of money with it, you probably need to think hard about how you're going to go about it. If you're going to go about it as a freelancer, then you are probably need to find some really good clients. I'm talking about people who attach value to good design. I'm talking about people who appreciate skill, who appreciate creativity. Like I said in the first part of the video, there are people who are like, why must I pay you $5 to do a logo when I can go onto my Google Play Store, download an app and come up with a logo, or I can go online, come up with a logo, or I can go on Canva and come up with a flyer. Why must I give you this much money? You don't want to work with people like that. You don't want to work with people like that. What you want is find people who understand good graphic designing, who understand good design. If you find such people, it's very easy to convince them to buy your services at whatever price that you would have set, because they understand the value of things, the value of creativity as a skill. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to go the other route, then you are probably need going to find work with a good agency. The problem with that is that you need really to stand out, because there are probably going to be another 1,000 people wanting the same job. So you are going to really need to stand out in terms of your portfolio, in terms of your skills, so that they can actually hire you. And you want to work at a good agency that probably like gets work from government departments, gets a lot of work from big corporations and stuff like that. Then you can really find graphic designing as a career that pays well. Then you probably also need to look at things like specialties. For example, as a graphic designer, you can major in user interface design, user experience design. We're talking about graphic designers that work with web developers. So before the web developers can actually develop the website, it's actually graphic designers who start the process. They design a nice layout for the website. This needs to be there. The home button needs to be there. It needs to be this color. It needs to be this size, and things like that. Then after they've designed everything and it looks nice, then they hand over to the web developers, who actually then take that design and code it into an actual website. So in that way, web development, we know, is not really going anywhere soon, in my opinion. But it's also under threat. It's also under threat, but it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So in that way, you actually are moving with times. But otherwise, if you are just looking to major in things like flyers, logos, and things like that, yeah, you will find business, but you need to find clients who understand or value things. Because I promise you, many people will ask you, why must they pay you $200 for a logo when they can get a logo for $5 on Fiverr, or if they can make it for themselves for free using some app on Google Play Store or stuff like that. So you really need to find good clients. So that's my 2 cents on that matter. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you have any thoughts on this subject, where do you see graphic designing going on in the future, leave your comments in the comment section below. I would like to really read what you have to say. Otherwise, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.